Well, yes, lots has happened overseas in global markets and commodity markets. So let's first take a look at how the equity markets has performed. Overall, a decent day of trade coming in from Wall Street. You had all the major indices that have ended in the positive. Nasdaq has seen a 0.5% uptick, even though the larger contributors to that index, like Nvidia, they have largely remained flat. But yes, good move coming in on Wall Street. Markets are now pricing in about an 89% probability of a Fed rate cut next week. So as long as that happens, markets are going to be cheering that. Another macroeconomic indicator that is going to be very important to watch out for later today is going to be the ADP jobs data. Now remember, this was delayed on the back of the US shutdown, and this is due later today. So this is going to be very important for the Fed to gauge what their next move is going to be. So that's from the US. Let's focus and talk about the European markets. EU reached a deal on phasing out Russian gas imports by 2027. So that is the big update coming in from the European Union markets. But mixed day of trade coming in for Europe. DAX was up 0.5%, FTSE absolutely flat, and CAC also trading with a hint of a negative bias. The FTSE 350 Banks Index, which is the index of all the British banks, that did very well. That added about 1.2%. After the Bank of England trimmed its estimate for a first time ever in a decade, talking about how much capital banks operating in the UK are going to be requiring as a buffer. So that reduction was taken very positively by the street, and you had British banks that did very well. But shifting focus, let's talk about Asia and how that market has opened up this morning. Largely mixed open coming in. Nikkei continues to cement very strong gains from yesterday. That momentum continues. A 1.1% uptick on Nikkei right now. But on the flip side, that's the exact amount of cut that Hang Seng is seeing this morning, a 1% cut. Shanghai also trading with cuts of about 0.3%. So that is how the Asian markets have also opened up this morning. Australia doing fairly okay for itself. Let's refocus and talk about commodities. But first, before we talk about gold and oil, let's talk about what cryptocurrencies have been up to. A major cut coming in day before yesterday for cryptos. In fact, their biggest cut that they have seen in a couple of years. After that, Bitcoin recovered about 8%, surged back above that $90,000 mark, recovering from a sell-off that, remember, had raised about $1 billion in fresh leverage bets. It wasn't only crypto, it was Ether, Solana, Dogecoin. So I mean, it wasn't only Bitcoin, pardon me, it was Ether, Solana and Dogecoin that are all higher by about 9% or more. But coming back to some commodities, flat moves for WTI, Brent as well. Gold also has seen a mild recovery, but nothing too much happening over there. Silver also trading with cuts of about 0.3%, so not much happening in the overall global commodities basket. But let's focus and talk about some important commentary. We've already heard some sound bites from Trump, but some more announcements coming in from Donald Trump at the cabinet meet, where he said that he will be announcing the Fed chair pick probably early next year. They have the Fed chair candidates down to one. So the decision has been made, but the announcement of the decision has been delayed. It was expected to happen at Christmas this year, but that has been pushed to early next year. So there is some ambiguity around that timeline. He's also said that Bessent does not want the Fed job, so it's very clear that it's not going to be Bessent, and the street is betting on Kevin Hassett being the next Fed director. But if you talk about the other announcements, he said that something is going to be happening on healthcare. And what we understand from news reports right now is that later today, around 11:30 p.m. India time and 2 p.m. US time, Donald Trump is going to be making a big announcement. So all eyes are going to be on that. He said that Elon Musk and they get along very well. It's just that Trump didn't want only electric cars in the US. That's why they had a little bit of a squabble. But moving away from that, let's talk about Scott Bessent. He has predicted that the US economy will experience low inflationary growth in 2026. He said inflation led by energy prices is going to roll next year, and substantial tax refunds are going to be announced in Q1 of 2026. That's the big announcement coming in. So yes, that's the handover coming in from the global commodity desk as well as the comments handover.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Snehi. In terms of, so that's of course the handover coming in, largely positive and possibly mixed. Oil prices off. In fact, Bitcoin flew away yesterday. It was up 6% odd. It went above the $90,000 mark again. So crypto's coming back in favor.
That's because Trump said that the new Fed chair that he is almost closing in on loves Bitcoin, is very dovish. So that's all it took for that Bitcoin reversal to come by, because Bitcoin has been in a free fall the past couple of years.
But we're still seeing redemptions happening in many of the crypto ETFs in the US there, and that's something to we worry about. It's a short-term bounce, but I don't know whether it's going to be
Sustainable or not.
sustainable or not in that sense.